I think all of us have one scene from a TV show, anime, movie, or video game that you just consistently keep on thinking about. It doesn't really matter how much time move forward, this scene will just always find a way to just show up in your head. And here's the thing, when this happened, it doesn't always mean that the scene was extremely good. Something so amazing that you just had to remember it. That could be the case for some people, but also sometimes it could just be something that's completely normal, or maybe a scene that's not really that important. And today, I want to show you one of mine. A moment in a video game that I have been thinking about for around over 10 years at this point, where no matter what I do, I could be lying down doing absolutely nothing, or maybe doing something actually important. One point every single year, I'll just think about this whole conversation. And all of this is in a game that's called Kid Icarus Uprising. Easily one of the best 3DS games to release, and something that I believe is really underrated, even though I could be extremely wrong. It could have a really big community. They might just not really be that vocal. But this is something that I just don't really find a lot of people talking about at all, in real life or on the internet. Which is really sad, because I think this game is really cool, mainly for its story. Because I'm gonna be honest, the gameplay Kid Icarus Uprising, okay, it is not really that good. You can tell that this is one of the first 3DS games to ever release, because man, I have no clue what they're thinking, that the developers really thought it would be a good idea for you to play this game using a stylus, because if you actually try to do that, it is just a horrible experience. But the story, it's amazing, mainly for its characters. This is one of the few games out there where, like, I'll say where almost all of the characters are just really good, they have nice personalities, and a lot of them are really memorable. One of the characters in the game is named Vridi, which she has one of those names where no matter how you pronounce it, I just always feel like I'm saying it wrong. Like, I've literally heard the characters in this game say her name so much times, but I still think I'm pronouncing it wrong. So I'm just gonna say it's Vridi, and if I'm wrong, I guess you can go and make fun of me in the comment section, but I know for a fact that most of the people watching this video probably never played this game. But either way, you first meet her in chapter 11, where she goes and drops a recess bomb. In this mission, as you're walking around and just having a fun time, there's one conversation that Vridi has with Palutena and Pit during the ending of the mission before you go and fight the boss. And this one, like, filler dialogue, which probably only exists for, like, basically throwing lore at you and also telling a joke, I consistently keep on thinking about. So let me just play you this whole scene. But before I do that, I do need to say something. So, I currently can't really record this game. I do have a 3DS, but I have no way to capture footage on it. So because of that, I'm going to be politely borrowing the footage of this guy right here. So thanks for that. Okay, now I'm gonna go and show you the clip.
Viridi's army is called the Forces of Nature. Many of her troops are made of natural resources like wood, dirt, and rocks.
Eco-conscious down to her troops. Everyone's going green these days.
I'm not going green. I've always been. I use cloth shopping bags. I compost my food scraps, and I separate my recycling into 15 types.
Now this is the goddess who sweats the details.
I could learn a thing or two from her.
Yeah, that's it. That's the whole conversation. And for some weird reason, this is one part of the game that sticked with me for an extremely long time. Now, this is something that I don't really know why, because I know this is like a joke that you're trying to tell, but I don't really think it's that funny. And this game actually does have some pretty funny jokes out there that will really make you start laughing, you know, give you a good old knee slapper. This isn't one of them, but this is the one that I remember. I'll just be lying down and sometimes I'll just like quote this conversation, just talking to myself, sounding like an absolute psychopath to everyone else around me. And I have accidentally did this once in public. I remember one time when I was at school and I ended up thinking about this whole conversation, and I kind of just like whisper it to myself quietly. But I was thinking to myself that, oh, I'm talking in my head, so no one's gonna hear me, but I wasn't. And like the girl who was sitting next to me was just staring at me with a face of horror, thinking that I'm going absolutely insane because I'm talking about the forces of nature and like recycling in 15 different ways. This is a moment that I think about a lot. I was thinking about it recently. That's the main reason why I wanted to make this whole video talking about it. And I really don't know the reason why. But yeah, that's something that exists, and now you know one more thing about Lua to the Moon. I hope you are happy with that information. Anyway, that's it. My name is Lua. This is just something that I wanted to talk about. You have a good day or night. See ya.